Hey, Resilient Nation. It's your girl, the Resilient One, and she is back with another video. Okay, let me just fix something real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got my stand ready. So, hey, welcome back, Resilient Nation. It's your girl, the Resilient One, and she is back with a Get Ready With Me live, stroke, chatting live. So, we're just going to be getting ready. While I chat with you guys, getting to know you, and all that. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Wow, how are you doing this very morning? I'm okay. I'm just preparing to go to school. We'll see you. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing something. Or at least I already wore my school uniform today. I'm wearing all black. I'm wearing my actual school blouse. So yeah. But then I have to put rice on the stove first for lunch. Then I have to get my hair done because that's the only thing that is left. Yeah, and that's it. So let's just be chatting as we speak. As we speak together. As we speak together. So I'm cooking rice, speckle. I'm gonna tell you a little chit chat. It's a little story, an actual story that happened to me when I was in primary. When I was in, we usually call it what, middle school. Yes, when I was in middle school. So it's about my hair. You see, back at the time, my hair wasn't actually that like long, right? It was too short. Let's just say about like this. The height was probably like this, right? So it wasn't that long. So I had this friend who had long hair at the time. I was just finishing my grade 7 year. So there's this one friend of mine. Let me say she was my best friend because we used to hang out a lot. We just used to do this weird stuff together. We always stuck together like glue, right? Yeah. So this one friend of mine had long hair. It was natural. And I had short hair because that was the time when I was beginning my hair journey, something like that. So there's this one random day we were just playing together. It was like on break time, right? So we were eating, and then we were done. Then break time was over. Then we went to class. When we went to class, so the teacher wasn't there, so we did like a free period where we didn't have a lesson. So we were just playing around, like normal kids do when the teacher's not there, making noise and all that part, right? So this friend of mine, um, she used to sit, yeah, she used to sit next to me. She used to sit next to me. Let's just say I sit here, then she sits there, right? So she used to sit next to me. We were talking everything. So on this very random day, we were talking about hair, like how her hair grew that long and all that, and I was complimenting her and all that stuff. And I was like, "Wow, your hair is so beautiful." All right, and she was like, "Thank you, thank you so much." Right? And I was like, "Okay." Mhm. Now we are sitting together, and then she asked me like why my hair is so short, and I was like, "What?" Because we never really talked about it. As kids, we talk about random stuff like Barbies. Oh, I did this yesterday. We ate that. That kind of thing. So I was talking to her, right? She's like, "Why is your hair so short?" And I'm like, "It's not that it's short. It's just that I only started my journey like now, right? My hair journey now." So when that happened, she's like, "Oh, okay." So we were doing some projects while we were chatting, right? So she had a pack of scissors, if I'm not wrong, like a pack of scissors, right? And then I don't know. I don't know what happened at the time, but like it's now like something. Oh, and the A and two, the besties said hi. Hi, how are you? Then patient wanted to say, "Hi, girlfriend. Hi, girlfriend. How are you doing?" So yeah, I'm okay. This was speaking, right? So she had a pack of scissors. I was holding that scissors as well. So I don't know whether she cut her own hair or something. I don't know. So we were playing. We were just like, I don't know. We were just kidding around. So I took her pair of scissors. I cut my hair, right? I cut my hair and then I showed it to her. So she wasn't looking at the time. She's like this. So I was like, girl, like bestie, turn around. Then she turned around. And then she looked shocked. And I was like, why are you shocked? Like, there's nothing to be shocked about here, right? She's like, why did you cut my hair? And I was like, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Let me get myself straight right now. Let me just calm down. And she's like, why did you cut my hair? And I was like, I didn't cut your hair. So she didn't believe me because like the texture of our hairs looked the same. There's no way could tell the difference to say, okay, her hair, this is her hair or this is mine, right? And she started complaining, started shouting. She's like, why did you cut my hair? Are you jealous because you don't have long hair? I was like, hello. I just complimented you a few seconds ago. Why would I be jealous of you? I am your best friend. And she's like, no, I want to tell my mom about this. You can't just cut my hair without my permission. I was like, this girl, Haibo. I was like, okay, fine, calm down, Michelle. Then we called the teacher to solve this because apparently she was now livid. She didn't want to hear anyone. She was just like, you know what? My hair was cut, so I can't breathe right now, you know? And I was like, okay, fine, girl. Right. So, with that happening, we called the teacher, and then the teacher calls the parent because the child was now, she's now hyperventilating at the time. And I was like, how dramatic can she be, right? I was just saying that to myself. I was like, what? I can't believe this is my friend. And then the next day, she comes, apparently, right? Then her mother comes with her at school in the morning. The first thing they do before they greet or whatever, they come straight to me. Like, why did you cut my daughter's hair? And I was like, so you took this far. Hmm? You went with this too far, my sister. I was like, okay, fine. Then the parents start shouting at me. I'm like, what? You're a child of a. She's not like, not cursing me as such, but she's now like downplaying me, downgrading me, saying these awful words to me. She's like, I know you're jealous of my daughter. I know you don't have the same hair as her. So why did you have to cut her hair? What? If I see you next to my daughter, we'll have a big problem. And I was like, woman, first of all, I didn't even cut your daughter's hair. She lied. Of which I can't say she lied, right? Because she didn't know. But the thing is, she jumped to conclusions first, and I was like, Haibo, girl, you didn't ask me whether I cut my own hair or yours. You just immediately assumed that it's yours, right? So I was like, okay, fine. Then this whole thing gets out of situation. Then the teacher ends up calling my mom because the mom didn't even want to hear what I wanted to say. It's like, call her mom now. I want to see her mom. I want to see the mother who raised this child. And I was like, hey, man, like, yeah. I was like, okay, fine. Then the teacher calls my mom. She explains what happened and all that and all that and all that. They start speaking. I didn't even hear what happened. I was just told my mother was cold, right? Then the first thing I get at home, well, I can't say my mother's a very strict person, but you know, when mothers get into the mode, when you do things and then get in trouble and all of that, of which it looked like trouble at the time. So I arrived at home. When she came back from work, she didn't even smile. She didn't even what I was like, yeah, I'm in trouble. I already know I'm in trouble. I was like, hello, mom. She didn't even answer me. Yay! Fine. She goes to her bedroom, she changes, and then she comes back. The lecture, my friend. She started lecturing me. She's like, why did you cut someone else's hair at school? I was like, no, I didn't. I tried to explain myself and all that, but I can just see that she's annoyed. She doesn't want to listen to what I have to say. She's like, what did I tell you about touching people's hair? What did I tell you? You didn't go to school for this. And I was like, I was taking it all in. At the time, I was afraid. Like, I was like, yo, is mom going to flog me? Like, what's going to happen right now? I was like, yo, hi. Ah, I'm in for it right now. This friend of mine, it's not a friend. Then my mom just disciplined me on the day. She's like, next time if I see you, if I hear that you cut someone and you touched whatever your friend is, you're gonna have to hear from me. You got it? And I was like, from that day on, I didn't even speak to that girl because I remember the next day when I went to school, my hands were still hurting from the flogging, and I was like, nah, man. Because I was still a kid back then. I was like, no, I'm not getting hit for you. Right? Then we go back to school. It's now school time. Then she comes to me. She wants to play. Oh, love is smiley, davy, what, all that love, fake love, affection, and all that. Then she comes to me. She's like, next time don't cut my hair, but we're still friends, right? And I was like, girl, for your age, you have an ego. You are arrogant. And I was like, what? How can she tell me that after all the trouble she caused me, after assuming like, dude, can you get real for a minute? I was like, nah, if you're my friend, you would have asked me. She's like, no, you cut my hair. I know it's mine because you don't have that long hair. And I was like, mine can stretch as well, love. It's just that I just put it down. She's like, no, you cut my hair. Look, it's already missing here. I was like, this girl. I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. My mom told me to avoid you, so we're not going to be friends anymore. She's like, no, but you're at fault. You're the one who caused this. I'm like, hey, like, girl, what's wrong with you? And the funny part is, look at my hair now. What is she gonna say now? Right? I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, because I'm still thinking right now. It's been what, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, and I'm still thinking that this girl, I can't just believe her. She's out of this world. I just like, no, we are best friends. Hey, you should apologize, then I'll forgive you. I'm like, I don't need your I don't even need to apologize to you. I don't care about this friendship, you know. I was like, I have other friends beside you, so please don't waste my time. Move. Then from that day on, we never spoke to each other. I even found good friends, and I was like, what was I even doing with this one? What a wasted time. And I was like, chill. So from that day on, it was okay. And I remember this one time she came back after she saw that I just don't care about him. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I know I jumped into conclusions. I now see my mistake. I now see my problem. Could we just get past this? I'm like, no, love, no. You told me that I should apologize. If we don't apologize, the friendship ends. And I didn't apologize. So friendship is over, right? Like, no, I really miss you. I just found out now that you're the realest friend that I have. These other friends are fake. And I'm like, you're only seeing that now after you accused me of cutting your hair, after you brought, girl, do you know how serious this sounds? You called your mother to school to complain about your hair that I didn't even cut. I should be angry at you right now for that, but I'm not. And then you're telling me I should, huh? No. I was like, no. Go and find other friends. You're the one who chose to do this to me, right? Now face the consequences for it. No. At the time we were kids, so I was like, I don't care because I didn't even give a care or something. I was like, no. No negative energy. Move aside, man. I found really good friends from that day on. I don't know. People kept complaining about her because there's this one friend of mine who I was with. She was complaining, and oh, she's like, this girl, she always has something to say. Like, guys, I use Nivea. Yes. So yeah, she was complaining at the time. She's like, this girl, your ex best friend, she's a problem. She's always complaining about something. Her mouth is never shut. Even when we're speaking, she's the one who gets to speak about her problems, and I'm the one who always has to listen. When I have to speak, she interrupts me all the time. I was like, well, that's your problem now. I don't care. I was in my don't give a care era, and I was like, wow, what, how it feels to be a child. You just don't care. Because I had other friends. I was like, no. I even get flogged because of you. No, because at the time I used to be afraid of my mom. Like when she's literally angry, I'd be like, am I leaving this place in the same state or what? So I was like, no, Me getting into arguments with my mom just because of you. No, I mm-mm. From that day on, I was like, hi. Mm-mm. When it comes to people, what if it has to be about hair, certain topics to talk to about your friend, just avoid the wrong friends for your own sake. Like just because I trusted her too much. That's the problem as well. Because as a kid, I was like, this is my best friend. I can literally tell her anything. And what I was like, the world is a cruel place, shame. Like the one closest to me was the one who went forward to do all these things. I would have understood if it was someone else who I didn't know. But it was her, someone who I spent about like 1, 2 years with. I was like, mm-mm. I don't know what drove her to do whatever she did, but I was like, girl, yeah. So I just learned a very important lesson from that. I just learned to never trust anyone. Whether they are your best friend, whether they come from except family, of course, but I don't know. Never to trust anyone, especially friends who think they are better than you. So now it's been what 6, 7 years. Look how long my hair has grown. I'm not trying to boast or anything, but I'm like, girl, for whatever you blamed me, for whatever reason you blamed me, now look at me now. Can you still say, oh, her hair's short? No. I was like, that was the only thing I'm like, let me just share this with you guys. I was like, this is a funny story about my hair. So from that day on, like, she even transferred and I didn't even care. I was like, it's for the better because people were now complaining about her. No one wanted to play with her because apparently she was self centered. She only thought about herself. So it's like, that's why it's good to have good company. Because after that, I don't know, I just feeling lighthearted. I just started feeling like myself, feeling heard. Because there were times where I was like, no, she's my bestie. Probably she has a lot of home situations that she wants to talk about. So that's why she never shuts up or something. Or maybe at home, a lot of things happen. So she has family problems, family drama. Let me just forgive her for the sake of our relationship as best friends, right? So from that day on, I was like, nah. Mm-mm. So I got my revenge. Now I have long hair. I don't know what she's gonna say now when she sees me. I don't know what she's gonna say. But anyway, that is the end of the story. Just wanted to share with you, and I got ready. If I'm only thinking now, I also have this story. Like I remember, it's almost like similar, but it's not about he. I remember this one friend of me gave me a necklace. Right? She's like, "Oh, it's a gift, or that. If you want it, you can have it." At the time, when we were kids in my era, we were told don't take things from people. They might be bewitched or whatever, and all that stuff. So I used to kind of believe it at the time. So at that on that day, I was like, nah, I just don't believe this. You know, like, no, I don't believe it. This is my friend. Why would she bewitch me? Why would like how she's a kid? Like how can she bewitch me and all that, right? So like, no, I took the necklace back home. So unfortunately for me, my mother is a right. She's a very observant mom. So I left the necklace in my school shed. There was a pocket over here, right? So I put it in there just for keepsake, right? I left it there. Now I guess she gave it on a Friday. Then when my mom was washing the laundry, she wanted to wash the laundry more. She was like, "Where's your uniforms?" Like, "Mom, we put it there in the washing basket." Now she takes out the clothes, she's checking the pockets to see if probably we left something valuable, maybe it's money or something like that, right? And she opens, she takes out something. Probably, okay, this is my reaction, like thinking if she probably like did this. I'm not saying that that's what exactly happened. That's what I'm thinking she did. So she took out the necklace. She's like, whose necklace is this? Then she was confused for a bit. Then she came to me. She's like, hey, whose necklace is this? And I'm like, oh, my friend gave it to me. She said it's just a gift. So I accepted it because she's my friend. Okay, these are one of the days that I will never forget. This is one of the days that I will never forget in my life because I still remember it. It's about like 8 years ago. And back then I was still a kid. So yeah, those one of those memories that is here. This is one of the days, right? She takes out the next list. Just what did I tell you? Because that was like after the hair thing. It's like, what did I tell you about taking people's stuff? What did I tell you about touching people with their belongings? What did I tell you? What if this person bewitched you? I was like, no, mom, she's my friend. She wouldn't bewitch me. And the fact that I said that, she even got angry because now it looked like I was talking back to her, right? Then she's like, you know what? I don't have time for this. She didn't even ask me what happened about the necklace, to how I got it, and all that. She's like, on Monday when you go back to school, you're gonna give this back. But before you do, I wanna teach you a lesson because you don't listen when I speak with my mouth. Now I'm gonna use something that will make you listen. On that day, I was struck, guys. I wouldn't even lie, she flogged me. Yo, I was like, never to touch people's things again. And still now, I'm still traumatized that when people give me their things, I'm like, no, go and entrust your things to someone else because you never know. Mom has got eyes everywhere. Mom knows best. I was like, no. Even now, I'm like, no. Like, whether someone is to say, oh, can you hold my phone for 2 minutes? I'm not trying to be rude, but I actually tell them, like, you know what, girl, I can't like just go and give it to someone else, or I just find someone else to give it, and then I run away, Then she flogs me and all that. I couldn't like walk straight for a whole day, about a day or 2 weeks. I couldn't walk straight because my butt was hurting, my hands, everything. I cried on that day. I cried. Like I even remember myself crying. What? Yeah. Mhm. So I go back to school on Monday. Then this friend of mine, before she even like when she arrives, like when she enters the door of the class, I literally just, hey, here's a necklace. I don't want it back. I didn't even explain to say, oh no, this that happened. I was like, you know what, girl, take back your necklace because this thing is bringing me bad luck. I didn't tell you like it's bad luck. I was like, no, I don't want it. Take it back. I'm literally done with it. Like this is the second time me being flogged for taking people's stuff. Like, no, because I know my mom. I know my mom. So when I do stuff, I know whether she's whatever she's going to do, when she's going to do it. I know. Sometimes I just do things just to say, I don't care. Mom is not here. She will not see. But like at the end of the day, I know that if she finds out, this is what is going to happen to me. So it's like, girl, take back your necklace. I don't want it. She's now explaining, like, it's a gift. Hey, she's trying to explain herself. I was like, I know it's a gift. I really appreciate it, but yeah, please take it back. I made up some excuse and said, oh, probably this is a valuable thing to you. Just, yeah, just, yeah, stay with it. I don't need it. It's fine. I'll take it back some other day. And I never took it back. I never even asked about it. She even so, she's like, this girl doesn't want it, so it's fine. And now I'm thinking, what if she was bewitched? Because the moment I got home, I got flogged for it. But that's not witchcraft, right? But anyway, yeah. So that's everything that happened to me when I was a kid. Like this funny stories that I have to tell you guys. More are to come, but for now, let's just end here because these hair stories are just traumatizing. Because I'm thinking right now, I'm like, this really happened to me. Yeah, and I learned a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I learned a lot about friends. I learned a lot about touching people's stuff because I really heard stories about people getting bewitched and all that for taking people's belongings. So I was like, thank you, Lord, that you protected me. What if it was actually bewitched? Which means I would have been, I don't know, gone right now or something like that. I would be bewitched. I don't know, right? So it was like, yeah, I learned a lot because like I was a kid back then. So most of the things I did them just because I was a child. I was reckless. I didn't give a care. I was carefree. Like even if this happens to me, it's fine. I will grow up like that. I don't care. That I don't give a care attitude. That was me back then. But I'm not gonna lie. I was a very. I used to listen when I was a kid compared to now. has to be obedient and all that. It's just that these are one of those times where you're like, nah, nah, let me just enjoy being a kid. So I learned a lot, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I learned a lot about friends. Right now, even if people come with their things or whatever, I don't touch. I don't touch. I don't. Like, I don't know. I don't. I guess being a kid at the time and getting flogged for something meant like, nah, I'm actually like, what? How can I get beat for someone else's hair that I didn't even cut? Like, does that even make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, why? Like, why? I know. That's one of the reasons why I even broke the friendship with her. It was not because she went and told her mom or she did something. It was the fact that I got beaten for not even cutting your hair. Can you like listen to this statement? Like listen to me. You get in trouble for something that you did not do, and now you have to pay consequences for it. Like I didn't even do it. She's like, I never cut friendship over. Even right now, I have this I don't care attitude. Okay. I'm lying, but like, yeah, yes, I'm lying. I'm joking, but yeah. So with friends, it's still a struggle as well right now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm going back to that golden key because like one thing I call about friends is no matter how close a friend is to you, no matter the way how they smile to you or the way how they seem like they're connecting with you, some of these friends are really jealous and envious of who you are. Some of them don't even like really like you to the point where you even ask if they're your friend or your enemy because like it gets to a point, man. Because what do you mean I'm your best friend? Something happens to you, or something happens to me, of which it happened to me because it was my hair, right? Then I show you the hair. Okay, maybe the problem is I showed her. I don't know. Maybe the problem was around there. So she thought it was her hair or something because it looked long. That's the thing. So she's like putting one plus one together. Okay, this hair looks like mine and this long. So it's probably mine, right? But I was like, oh, my hair stretches. And I even showed her and it even stretched. I was like, hi, you didn't want to listen. That's the other thing. That was the second thing. I was like, you didn't even want to listen to what I have to say to you. I'm always the one who's listening when you're speaking about your problems at home, what you ate for dinner, what you ate chicken yesterday. I'm the one who listens to it. Like sometimes there's a point where she even talks at times. I'm like, I shut off my mind and start thinking about something. Speaking because she never shuts up. Okay, no, she never used to shut up because like she's gone, right? Yes, it's the past. So it's like, girl, every time you speak, I'm the one who always listens. I'm the one who always cares. Then when it's my time for you to listen to me, to listen to my explanation for something that I didn't do, you don't listen. Like that's not gonna work for me. That's not. That's the one of the reasons I was like, no, move. We're over. We are done. This relationship is over, man. So like, yeah. Even up to now, I'm just like, okay, it's fine, bro. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Even when someone betrays me right now, whether it's a friend or I just don't give a care anymore because I've taught myself to expect betrayal, to expect people to be envious of me. Because in this world, one way or the other, someone close to you is gonna betray you. Someone close to you, whether it's your friend, whether it's it's your, I don't know, someone who you really trust. I've learned that in your circle, there's that one friend who's envious of you. No matter how pretty she is, no matter whether she's more pretty than you, there is someone. So Vele, I was like, mm-mm. For me to chase out this negative energy, I don't. I was about to tell you another story, but I'm like, looking now, it's been 29 minutes me speaking now stuff. So let's end here. Thank you so much for watching. I learned a lot from all of these things, and I hope this resonated with you in some way. If it didn't, I don't know. Good luck next time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here on this live with me.
I love you all so much. Please don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe to help the girl grow. Love you lots. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's time. It's time for me to go to school, as you can see. It's already bright outside. So yeah, I'm gonna go to school. And wow, I'm late again. But anyway, I was spending time with my lovely people. I love you. Bye. Hi boo. And Pilla. Hi. Bagit. Happy birthday, Beyonce.